Retail and hospitality is changing, with often complex and fragmented systems combined with large volumes of customer data for businesses to make sense of. It's critical to work with the right partners in order to guarantee success. At Tratec Consulting, we help retail and hospitality businesses transform their technology, removing overly bloated processes and creating unified and efficient systems of working throughout. So don't just take our word for it. See for yourself. Tratec Consulting, the leaders in technology transformation across retail and hospitality.
Good evening and welcome to the All Things Boro podcast, the official podcast for Farnborough Football Club and sponsored by Tratec Consulting. Tratec takes your business visions and turns them into innovative reality. Hello, good evening and welcome. It's me, Alan, and I'm joined by Simon. Good evening, Simon. It's a colourful shirt you've got on there.
Not that colourful, it's only red and white, mate, you know. Back in the day, mate. Borough colours, mate, back in the day. We won't mention those, though. Yeah, Atletico tonight. Our esteemed guest has already commented on it already, so very good. Yeah, he said that's a cracking shirt. He said words to that effect. Yeah, happy day. Yeah, I'm good. Annual leave this week, so I've been milling about doing nothing, waking up late. I actually got woken up by
nothing out of the ordinary.
Same as usual. Yeah, same as usual. So I don't go to work pretty much. Yeah, I got woken up by the electrician this morning, coming to fix the lights, and he's done a terrible job. He hasn't managed to do one of them. So yeah, he's got to come back next week. So I've still got no light in the bathroom, so that means I can't see myself when I shower, which is actually a relief to both me and everyone else. So yeah, happy days.
Nobody needs to hear that, Simon. We'll cut that out. Look, Kate, first of all, thanks to everybody for watching us on YouTube, and thanks to everybody that's watched our previous episode with Johnny Stuttle. It's been very well received, and long may we get more views on that one. But yeah, it's been really good episode on there. But tonight we are delving into women's football again. We have got Craig and Leanne, the manager of the women's Farnborough women's football first team, and Leanne, the club captain. Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
You going, Craig?
Good
evening. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, and unless prompted, Craig will answer first. How's that? There you go. I think that might suit you, Leanne. Anyway, won't it? To be fair,
it would. Yeah.
I thought you might say that. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are good. Enjoying football again after summer break. We haven't really spoke to you since at all this season. It's been our first proper catch up. I'll go to you, Leanne.
Yeah, loving football. Didn't really get much of a break. Was straight back. So and I'm glad because I'm lost without playing football. Last Sunday it was awful not playing a game. So yeah, I'm glad to be playing football.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there was. I think I said the last podcast I was on, there wasn't going to be much of a break. Well, I think that might be with Dom actually, but yeah, there just wasn't a break at all really. But yeah, it's good. Keeps the brain active, so it's good on that side. So
it's true. Well, did you put a session on Craig or anything, or just let him have a week off?
We barely had any time off, did we? Because we didn't finish until basically June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think there was a small break. I think I attempted to take a week or two off, but I didn't really work. So yeah, I always like the idea of a break, but I don't like it.
Yeah, in reality, wasn't it? I mean, obviously the Aldershot match was the home friendly. We had that. You had that after the Eastleigh match for the men's game, and then we had the ladies played Aldershot ladies or women afterwards, that was the 2nd of August. So you probably only had maybe 4 weeks of well, no, not even that was it, because you had friendlies before that, wouldn't you? So yeah, literally a couple of weeks maybe, and then back on it again. Which said by the sounds of it is all down to Leanne, basically just being she wanted to crack on with it, no breaks, just carry straight through. Just her fault.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't mind.
But let's dive into the end of last season. Obviously, it was another very successful season for you guys. Was it a couple of cups and a league win, Division 1 win? How was that? Because the success of the team thus far has been just astronomical, really, hasn't it? 2 seasons in the Hampshire League, and now you're in the Southern League, Southern Regions. So how's it been for you guys? We'll start with you, Craig. How's it been? How was it for you to see that success so quickly and done so well?
Stressful. No, it was stressful, but like to be honest with you, the group we had for the like first two seasons made it as easy as it could be. To be honest with you, I think I've said it before, but just like the work all the players put in is like second to none. And Leanne's a big part of kind of helping like driving out not just the first two seasons, but this season as well. But yeah, it was like I said, like no other teams won five trophies in the Hampshire League. No other teams won a treble. No other teams won
Mm,
back-to-back Hampshire Cups. So the success for a club that was what we probably about 19, 20 months old by the time we lifted the third trophy last season is
mm,
quite unprecedented. And it's that thing of like it's not been done by pumping money into the club or anything like that. We are, apart from kind of the stadium, we have kind of the same level playing field as every other club pretty much. It's just, myself and the coaching team work really hard. The players have worked really hard. And to achieve that success, that, from the outside looks quite easy. But the hard work is second to none. And, that's a lot of that is down to the players and Leanne and just the work they've put in. So it was, yeah, it was hard work, but was worth it. So it's not not everyone gets a chance to create history when it comes to football. So and we've managed to do that for the first two seasons. So yeah, but I think we did an okay job.
No,
Do you
yeah,
agree with all
absolutely.
that, Leanne?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with everything Craig just said. It was a dream. Honestly, I couldn't even imagine doing that, and we did. So yeah, exactly what Craig said. Plus, less hard work for me, more dream for me. So I
You
decided
had
it better.
yeah, it must be extra special for you because you had a bit of time out of football, didn't you, before you came to Farnborough, didn't you? So going
Yeah,
into Farnborough, then what was your break? Was it a couple of years not playing, or was it less than that, or you?
it was about 2 years. I had
Yeah.
an operation on my ankle, and I thought I was done, but clearly not. Here I am, still going strong.
and how's it been for you, like, being captain of this team for the last since it was formed and win and being this successful as well?
I just feel incredibly lucky. Like the girls and the management, everyone is just, there's so much work put into this. And I honestly feel so lucky to be
Mm.
captain. Um, it is honestly, like I said, it's a dream. I'm 39 now and I'm still playing and everyone, like, it's just amazing. It's incredible. I couldn't be happier with everyone at the club.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. And going into this season, then you've going into the southern. Is it the southern region, Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how have you found? We'll start with you, Craig. How have you found? Because you've been at this level before with other teams with another team, but how have you found this level with this group of players that you've got? Obviously, you've brought in new players along the way to help everybody, to help the squad, to help the team. But how have you found it?
It's been really good. I'll probably start my mind about it now, but like the lack of league games has been a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
And our fixtures to start with have been tough. If you look at the league, like Abingdon, top of the table, we've played them twice already. Penn will 100% be at the top of the table. We've played them already in our first game, and Ascot United reserves will probably end up near the top as well. And then if you add in the we played Oxford City, obviously who are the league above in the FA Cup. We just had a friendly against Reading as well, which we drew 1-1, which again they're the tier above. So it's not like we've come in and just played the kind of bottom-ish sides. We've
Mm.
come in and we've played some of the strongest sides who have been at that level for a while. And I think, like on a coaching point of view, it's been brilliant because every game you have to be completely on it. Now, with that comes with difficult decisions in terms of like subs and tactics and not playing players and stuff like that, and that's absolutely difficult. But in that moment, that 90 minutes, you have to make those decisions to get the results or the performances. So it's been like challenging, but good challenging. because it's like every game is just a level above what we've had before. And I think probably the best thing for me is kind of with the squad we've got a squad that is going to get better, even if now we don't add to it. Because they're just growing week to week. And I look at the team that started against we'll say Brackley in the FA Cup, which was our first competitive game, and it's even in the short kind of 2.5 months, it's evolved a hell of a lot. And right up to kind of the friendly against Reading or the Abingdon draw that we had last week, who sit top of the table. And I think we are evolved so much in that short space of time, and absolutely taking strides forward. So it's been, like I said, from a coaching, and I'm sure Leanne will come in on the player side. Like there's been a learning curve there, but we are understanding that we are dealing with that and probably slowly starting to thrive in that environment where kind of mistakes, again, both coaching and player side, where we'd make some mistakes last season, would recognise the mistakes but not be punished. Whereas this season we kind of are. But thankfully, like we're still on a very much like a positive upward trajectory and all that, and really enjoying the challenge of it being a higher level.
And tactically, have you had to change things to suit the level, or is it you just playing the same way that you always have done?
We have changed. I won't give loads away, but I would say we are very flexible by design in terms of what kind of formation we play. But a lot of the kind of philosophy and ways we want to play will stay the same. I think probably from the coaching point of view, what has been quite not difficult for me, but I need to understand and be aware of it, is where I've got players who have been with me now since day one, and I've got players who have literally been with us for, well, obviously we signed about 3-4 weeks ago. It's finding that balance between, in the training, those who know what I want them to do and the new ones, and kind of bringing that together without boring the old ones, if you know what I mean. Because they'll be like, oh, we've done this before. New ones will have no idea. And kind of making like training and the environment still the same for everyone. So that's been an interesting challenge. But we, like I said, we are versatile by design, and we have been since the start. And I'd probably say what a good thing is I think some of the players have gone to a level where they've kind of forced us as a coaching team to change some of the formations and things we do, because we've always had like a vision and plan of like where we want to get to. And I'd probably say over the last 2 months, we're kind of like, we're getting there a bit quicker than what we thought we would, which is a brilliant problem to have. And that's the players that have caused that, but it's a positive kind of problem. It's not a problem, but you know what I mean. Like we're traveling a bit quicker than probably I thought we would at this level. So and that's down to the players.
I think overall, overall since the start, it's gone in 3 years. It has gone quite quick in itself anyway, just from where you started to now. I don't know about you, but obviously for a new team, you don't always envisage back-to-back promotions straight off. I mean, there's always a sort of a period where everybody's bedding in and getting used to each other, getting used to tactics and getting used to levels. But you guys have just gone from there to there straight away, and that obviously takes a lot of getting used to as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's also we skipped Division 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we know, you look on the roadmap when we started, it was okay, we'll get promoted from Division 3, then we got Division 2. We can use Division 2 to prepare for Division 1. But we didn't get that chance to prepare at all. We were obviously, and probably rightly so from the league's point of view, thrust straight into Division 1. And even then, we obviously had ambitions of winning Division 1, but Division 1 was a tough league with some really good sides. And you're kind of like, okay, it might be we have a year in Division 1 to kind of set ourselves and then get ready for, promotion the year after, and then Southern Region, which is the normal kind of way to do it. But obviously we've absolutely shot up into the Southern Region. We're probably about 2 years ahead of the original plan that we were kind of hoping for. And I think it's, I've said it about the winning the trophies, but I think you've got kind of other clubs who look at us and kind of think, oh, that's easy, we can do that. And it's not. It's very, very difficult. It's difficult to win a game, let alone win leagues and cups and stuff. So
How have you found it from a player's point of view, Leanne? sort of from where you started, 3 years ago to now? I mean, the standard difference in standard, difference in training. Have you sort of, is it hard to kind of almost keep up with it all the time, or have you taken it in your stride, or a bit of both?
I like to think I'm taking it in my stride. Yeah, it's a good learning curve. I think Southern Region is different to Div 3 and Div 1, like different. And obviously, like the first couple of league games, we were learning and developing. So maybe, yeah, that was where we were at with that. But I think now we have started to evolve, and with the new players coming in as well, like magical. It's just getting better and better. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you probably beat me to it there. I was going to mention the new players because you made there was quite a few player changes over the summer, wasn't there? Quite a few new players coming into the squad. More people coming in and going out. I think. How have they adapted? And is there anyone in particular that people should maybe look out for? Maybe a few names if they're coming down to watch.
I think they fit in really well. I don't know who Craig's going to bring up, but I'll let him talk now.
Yeah,
But I
put
really
him on the
like them all.
spot. Yeah.
They're all good. They're all good. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we have changed the squad quite a bit. There was kind of a few reasons for that, but I think are you referencing kind of the three new ones we've signed in particular, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we've got Eliza, who is a really fantastic winger. She's got so much potential. They're really, really good kind of listener and wants to take things on board. I think we've already seen she's only played, I think, half hour for us so far in competitive game against Basildon. Her and Ellie were even in that short period of time linking up like something crazy, and that's quite exciting to see that develop over the next few months. And then Honey and Poppy, defenders, but they're quite very versatile. I think they've both got like a good amount of kind of like physicality to them, technical ability. Poppy already obviously got player of the match against Abingdon, where she was kind of driving forward from the back, and that's exactly what we want to see. And we've seen a lot of good things from Honey as well, in terms of how she plays and kind of what her potential is as well moving forward. And obviously, I touched on it earlier about this current crop will just get better and better. And I think they're three really good examples of players who have come in super keen to learn. They're like sponges in terms of learning stuff and will get better, and grow as a team kind of grows and evolves. But yeah, it's the squad's changed probably quite a bit since the end of last season to this season. But yeah, it's going all right.
Yeah, what just take us through because people may not be understand. I mean, obviously the three signings they're quite young and they're 16-year-olds, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that's the early limit, isn't it? You're allowed to sign players, isn't it? 16, is that correct?
Yeah,
So
it's in England. Yeah.
yeah, before that they have to play in sort of youth and development teams, correct?
Yeah. So, and obviously we've got under 18s, which obviously Jodie and Poppy still play for actually, and then there'll be probably a few more coming up to play for the B team and the first team as that pathway develops and grows with the help of Leanne and Katie, of course.
Yeah, because you guys do a bit of coaching, don't you, for that, Leah?
Yeah, me and Katie coach the under 18s, yeah. And we've got a few that have gone up to B team, which Katie's now managing as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Sienna, Lola, my daughter, and I think a couple more maybe for Sunday, but I'm not sure if they've actually been registered yet, so I won't mention them.
Cool. That's good. Yeah, it's good to
How-
see you. I think it's the most important thing, is it, for players that if they're joining a team like Farnborough, obviously they've got aspirations to play professionally maybe at some point in their careers if they want to, or certainly at a very high level part time. In the ladies' games, obviously professional wise, it's only really the WSL that's professional. Everyone else is pretty much part time at the moment, but that will change over the years, I'm sure. But from that perspective, so it's very important, isn't it, to get a pathway through to the main team, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is really important.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I would say that's not just ladies football. That's just football in general, isn't it? If you got even on the men's side, you got I'll mention probably Chelsea, my team. It's always been an aspiration for our fans to see more people coming through the youth system. Everyone always bleats on about John Terry's and being the only player from our youth system who's ever really played for Chelsea. But you got people like Josh Achimpong now who's come through, and so the fans really like it. It's a really good thing to see. They want to see their own players in the team playing. They say, oh yeah, I remember him when he was playing 12 years old and things like that. It's a nice story when you see I started playing when I was 8 and got signed by Chelsea, and I can make my way all through. It's really good. So I hope the same thing will happen to Farnborough on the
It's
ladies' side.
it's the dream, isn't it? Of course, of course, I'm
Absolutely.
going to bring this up, but obviously, there's only one team that's won the Champions League or European Cup with 11 homegrown players, and that's Celtic, of course, with 11 guys from 30-mile radius of Glasgow.
Yeah.
And
A few
that
years
just
ago,
that
few years ago, mine, but yeah.
a few years ago, there's not many other teams have won it since.
No.
So
Very true.
I'll go on about it, even though I wasn't alive. But it is a dream to like bring homegrown players through, and it's weird with us because I feel like the ones who have been with us since day one, they are homegrown, like weirdly, like there's that
Yeah,
connection. Even age is irrelevant, and it's still quite nice to have players who bought into kind of what we were trying to build. Like a week after I had that initial dinner with the club about setting up the women's team, and we had no kit, no balls or no cones and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
So
You probably segued quite nicely there because we're talking to Kit. You've got a new sponsor for this season, haven't you?
Yes.
yes, I'll let you go, Leanne. You know more than me.
So Think Smart Account, they're sponsoring us. I work for her. She's absolutely amazing, and yeah, just really happy to have her on board.
So Jane Chapel, you're talking about there, aren't you?
We are, Jane. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Jane. She does she do the she's fixture secretary for the first team as well, isn't she?
Yeah, I'd like to say I help her with that. I'm going to be helping her with that at some point, but yeah, she does all that.
Great
She's
stuff. Yeah,
amazing.
that's good to see you.
This is Think Smart. Think Smart. They're a club sponsor anyway as well, aren't they? Just as a whole, and so this is a separate thing that she's doing,
Yeah.
that they're doing for the women's team. And it's both. Is it both teams, both the first and
Yeah,
B
both
team?
home and away kit for both teams.
Great
Oh,
stuff.
brilliant stuff.
Wonderful stuff. Yeah, thank you very much, Jane. I'll speak to Jane every home game. Always see her, says hello, very nice lady. Got to know her. I wouldn't say well, but she knows my face. Sadly for her, every week.
Yeah,
So
sadly for everybody, Simon.
I did ask them about dimming the lights, but they wouldn't have it.
But let me just ask, going on the player development side of things and the pathway, is it still, obviously it's showing signs of success, your female pathway leading up to the ladies teams. So how well is that going? How many more teams have been created now?
Yeah, so if I'm honest with the junior academy, we do have a bit of a problem in terms of places to train and pitches to play. So we are slightly limited in that. So we've still got the under 18s, under 15s, under 13s. Our ambition is to grow and extend that. But at the minute, like I said, there's a real lack of training facilities in the local area, and I know that we're not the only kind of. I'm obviously speaking on behalf of the junior academy here, but like, not the only setup that is really, really struggling with that at the minute. And I think that's. I guess I'm slightly getting onto politics here, which I was not planning on. But I guess it's a problem for like the local councils and governments to try and rectify. And I think they are, but obviously these things are very, very slow. But I think if we had the facilities, we probably could fill out every age group with the kind of interest we get. And I think that a lot of that is because of how well the adult teams have done since the start and the coverage we've got.
Yeah.
But I think we're really happy with all three of the age groups. I think, as Leanne mentioned, obviously Lola started playing for the B team and Sienna as well, which is just fantastic news, really. And they won't be the last ones for sure. After I've watched them play a few times, there's a few really, really good players in that under 18 side.
I think it's something that I certainly did. I think when both of us, I'll speak for Alan on this one. When we knew there was going to be a B team, or we thought that it's like having another stepping stone for players, because you're not getting thrust from. There's always a difficult thing when you're playing youth football to go to adult football. It's a really big step up, and it's a big difference, especially physicality and speed. In any form of football, that's the same. Even including the women's leagues as well. I think probably more so. So it's quite a nice stepping stone for them. They can get a feel for adult football in the B team first before they step up, and it also gives someone like yourself or the managers like Leanne and Katie to look at them and think, yeah, do you know what? They play a few games in the B team. You can then see the progression, and maybe instead of having to throw them in too early, you can give them a bit more time to adapt.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the B team kind of concept, I kind of took from the Spanish leagues, to be honest with you, because they've used it quite well over the years. I think it's been replicated in other leagues, but it's not really kind of kicked off. Anyway, that's another topic for another day before I spend 2 hours on that. But yeah, it is what you say. It's the stepping stone to the first team, because you've probably got quite a few of the under 18s that where maybe the first team is quite high pressure with games like FA Cup and playing against really really good sides. You wouldn't want to throw them in, and sometimes that's not because they're not good enough, but it's because of the pressure, the environment, and all that kind of stuff. And I think when they're the younger ages, you have to be quite careful not to almost like put them off football.
Yeah.
I think that's quite important to bed them in. Obviously, that you get the odd one or two that are maybe ahead in, I don't know, in adulthood, like mentally, if you know what I mean, where you can do that, but that is not everyone. And the development path for everyone, it's never a development path that just goes straight up like that. It's always kind of wiggles and lines
Yeah.
and curves, and everyone's kind of development is completely different. So it does give us a stepping stone. It's probably not like where exactly we want it kind of right now, that B team, but it is absolutely going to get there to where we want to in time. And like everything else, we'll just keep working on developing that. But obviously I watched the B team on Sunday just gone, and I can't lie, I really enjoyed it. It was just lovely seeing some of the players, seeing the young ones come through. Obviously, Sienna got her first two senior goals in football. It was just a pleasure to watch and be involved in that. And I think I enjoyed not being stressed about a football match with Farnborough. So it was good.
Leanne, how's it been for you, like on a personal level, seeing your daughter come through like that within the club?
Amazing. I couldn't be prouder. Honestly, I never thought it would happen. I'm very, very lucky to have a daughter that's as interested in football as I am. Obviously I can't watch her on a Sunday, but on a
Yeah.
Saturday when we're coaching, her and the rest of the girls, just phenomenal. It won't be long until they're all playing adult football at a brilliant level. They've come so far. It's unbelievable. I just love it all.
Yeah, it's always nice to see when your siblings are into football. I'm trying to get my little boy into it, but he's not having any of it at the minute. I've managed to get him for about 10 minutes kicking the ball around in the hallway outside my room here, and a mini football thing. But yeah, he's got an attention span of about 10 seconds at the minute. So, but fingers crossed.
Won't be long.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, my son's been booked 3 times for the Farnborough under-16s already this season. So.
We've got 2 more games. He gets a we've got a 1 game ban already. That's not good going, is it?
I know, yeah. But I found out the other week. My nephew plays for Cove under 13s, and he's a keeper, and he got sent off the other day, which strangely he was a bit proud of, but yeah, so he's progressing well over there, Cove. But look, have you moving off from the ladies for a little bit? Have you been keeping an eye on what's going on? Well, I try not to laugh about this, but with the men's team at the minute, Craig or Leanne.
Should I take this one, Leanne?
Go for it.
You're not getting out of it. You're both going to have a go. So whoever goes first is fine.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been following it. It's I don't even know what to say. It's obviously been a disappointing season so far. I know that we've lost obviously one of the coaches through the week, which obviously I don't know what's going on. Obviously, I can hope they get some new coaches in or whatever, and can kind of move forward in a positive light. But I think I think the performance the other night was actually quite good, wasn't it? I know they were unfortunately
Simon was there, yeah.
late on. So yeah, I think they've had kind of small kind of shoots of light during matches, and then it's not gone quite well. But yeah, you can only hope they kind of turn the corner and start looking up the table rather than behind them.
Yourself, Leanne?
I think currently they are looking up the table because they're almost propping it up at the minute. But,
I knew you were going to say that once I said that. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh, I hope it doesn't take it that way." You know what I mean?
You need to stop seeing them upgrade. You need to stop it.
I'm going to get us banned pretty soon. But Leanne, I see we've seen you and a few of the other girls at some of the home games. Do you get to go quite often?
Yeah, I kind of stopped though because I felt like I was bad luck, and we just ended up losing every time I went. So I haven't been for a few weeks. But I'll obviously be back next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see how we get on then. But yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
looking
For
good.
those that are interested, Leanne will be on is our half-time guest during the Tottenham game. So as if she hasn't drank too much and can't speak before the game, obviously. Yeah, well, as I say, I'll go back to what Craig mentioned. I was at the Chippenham game Tuesday, and yeah, it was first half was good. Oh, it was actually the first 25 minutes was all right until Dom got injured and went off. So he's done his hamstring. So I haven't had any confirmation from anybody at the club yet, but. He's going to be out for at least a month, I should imagine. And so that's no Don Polion for until probably Christmas. And then you've got and then obviously Steve Baker announced he was leaving, and also Darren Wilkinson,
Mike,
coach, has gone, and also Mike the
Mike
Kitman,
Kitman.
which is really sad because I know he was quite involved with you guys at the in the ladies' games. You used to do the stadium announcing and help with a few bits and pieces on the match stage as well. Is there anything you want to say to Mike as a sort of a parting gesture? He might be back, you never know. But
Has he left both teams? Has he
I
just
don't
left the
know.
company?
Yeah,
I
well,
think
Oh,
he's
I don't know.
just
I
announced
think
the
so,
other day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, I mean, he was at the Chippenham game, but strangely enough, he didn't look very happy, to be honest with you. And quite a few of the players didn't look too happy either, to be honest with him. We weren't too happy at the end of it. He just didn't look himself really, and and he just announced he'd had enough. But he's been there for 5 years. So it's quite a long time, I suppose. But he just announced he'd left, and said he just wanted a break probably. So I'm not sure if if it's just the men's side of things or the ladies' side. We might have a new stadium announcer. Maybe Steve will step up. He likes a bit of stadium announcing. He's Steve Stevens, stadium announcer for the men's team, by the way. So if you haven't heard, you recognise his voice, probably not his face. But I've known Steve for about 20 years, so I know Steve very well. So so that's it's all a bit sad, but everything's a bit up in the air at the moment with the men's team. So we'll watch this space and see what occurs over the next few weeks. But at the moment, it seems like it's just Spencer on his own trying to do everything himself, juggling a few balls, I should imagine. And we've obviously got Millerick still around as well, helping with things. But I'm sure Spencer will be able to bring somebody in the next few weeks. But there we are. We've divulged onto the men's side of things as we do. We'll go back to you.
Yeah. But look, going back to you guys and your team. I'm looking at the league now. For anyone that's watching that doesn't know, you're in the Southern Region Division One North. Playing, you've got teams like Slough, Abingdon, as you said, Ascot, as you said. If you're looking at it, you've only played 5 league games, whereas the other teams around you have played. Well, Oxford have played 12, Slough have played 11, Abingdon are the top who played 10. It's not really, you can't really sort of get a true reflection of how the league is going with so many different teams playing so little games. How do you envisage, Craig, that your season is going to go based on the players that you've got and the teams around you?
Well, I think we might be playing until July at this point, looking at the games in hand. I think as I kind of alluded to at the start of the show, I think the thing for us is where we've played what I would consider probably the better sides in the league twice or once already. I think it'd be really interesting for us to come against some of the others, like Kidlington, for example, Larkspur, Tilehurst, that we haven't played before. I'm not going to say that they're maybe a lower standard than someone like Penn or Abingdon or whatever, because I don't know, because we haven't played them. But I think it'll be interesting for us to play them. I think we're a strong team within that league. I think if you look at the League Cup situation, I think it's interesting to see that I think all apart from 2 of the teams from the south are out of that already. And I think there's 6 or 7 still in from the north. So there was kind of a feeling that the south was stronger than the north, but I'm starting to change my opinion on it. The North might be stronger than the South. And obviously we knocked out two of the South sides very, very easily,
Yeah.
if I'm honest. Obviously Basildon 5-1, haven't looked close with 2-1, but really not to use the old cliche, but the scoreline did flatter them a bit. We really should have scored a few more, and that was a great away victory for us. And I think they're sitting fourth in the South League. We're a really strong side. So yeah, I think it's just we definitely do, again, to use another football cliche, take kind of one game at a time, because we are playing against teams that we don't know, we haven't got a lot of footage of, we haven't played before. So from a research point of view, it's difficult, but also quite exciting to kind of find out, all these things about these players. Like, for example, I know that Leanne watched a little bit as well, watching a cup final from one of the sides from like 2 years ago, and trying to work out, who was still there, and it was kind of most of their team. So yeah, I think obviously I'm not going to say we're going to finish in,
Yeah.
XYZ position, because you don't know. But I'm very confident with the squad and the group of players that we've got, that we'll finish up in a good place. I think the biggest unknown is probably Denham at the top of the league, who have won every game. But again, if we look at their fixtures, I think they've played the majority of the sides near the bottom. They've had a couple of really close games against some of the tier 5 sides. So they're obviously a very, very good side. And it's kind of another team I don't know a lot about. So yeah, excited to play them as well at some point. But no, we're confident. I can definitely tell you that, definitely confident squad.
Just to go on to just to piggyback on something you said there. We obviously you've got the division you're in, which is the regional north side, and you've got the south. So they split that into two, haven't they? Basically cut Hampshire in half, basically, in north and south. And then where just so people
Oxford.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's further north. Yeah, it's quite a larger area, isn't it? As you'd expect from going up into a regional league. It's just where it is. Where does that league sit? Just so people who don't understand or don't know too much about women's football, where does that sit in the current league ladder of positions, sort of step level? And so say, for example, how many position promotions would it be to the WSL, for example? Would it take, just so people understand exactly where we are?
So we're currently tier 6, which I guess is the equivalent of National League North or North and South in the men's game.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's right.
You're right. Yeah.
And then the one up from that would be Southern Region Premier, which is a league of, I think it's 10 teams, might be 10 or 12. And then after that, it goes into tier 4, 3, 2, 1. So if we won promotion every year for the next 5 years, we'll be in the WSL. I don't think it'll be quite as easy as that, but it doesn't seem that far away when you look at it.
It doesn't look, no, yeah.
I mean, Leanne will be like 43, 44 by then, so she'll still be going. So I think it might be all right.
Play for England.
Maybe I'll be helping. I'll be the new
bring you on for the last 10 minutes just to hold on to the 1-0. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd like to ask you this as well. So obviously this season, the club obviously made a little bit of history by winning your first FA Cup game against Brackley. How was that? And obviously, how was the feelings of everybody to firstly just to play in the FA Cup again, but also to get through that first early round?
It was brilliant. I obviously didn't play last year against Farnham, which was a bit sad. But yeah, to get through 2 rounds, honestly, another dream. Who would have known that I would be playing in a FA Cup game? Like, no one. I was meant to retire. But yeah, it's just, honestly, I am so incredibly lucky to be playing with these guys and to be winning all these games. And yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah,
it's definitely everybody's dream, man, boy, child. Everybody wants to play FA Cup, don't they? It's got such a wonderful record, and it's across the whole world, really, not just in this country. It's world renowned, isn't it, across the world? So to play FA Cup's great. Did the club share any other prize money with you? Yeah, any envelopes?
Yeah, sure.
How did you find?
How did you find
playing at Brackley? Because I know you messaged me about to find out about them because obviously they're fairly near me and I've watched them a couple of times. And I told you what I could from what I knew about them before. But how did you find them?
Um, I mean, a funny story actually. Before we actually played Brackley, because obviously I was trying to find out where the friendlies was, and we had Sunday that we weren't playing, and I was literally waiting for them to put their friendly fixture up on
Yeah,
social media. I was like checking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, still nothing Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to make a call on this, and just whatever they do, I'd like cancelled everything else the rest of the day. Whatever they do, I'm just gonna go. And then I ended up finding a post from Rugby Women FC that they were playing Brackley, and I was like, "Where the hell's rugby?" I'm like 2 hours away, and it was
yeah,
like 11:30 or something, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna have to do this." So obviously rushed up to go watch them play, and yeah, no, they're I don't know. I think if I'm honest with you, maybe this is on my part, not a failure as a coach or whatever, but I probably overestimated them, and I think part of that was just the kind of wanted to do well in the FA Cup. So we kind of had a game plan, and the game plan the players did that I asked them to do was almost perfect. If we had gone for them, I think it could have been 4, 5, 6.
mm,
But we were patient, and the players did as I asked, executed the game plan really really well. Won very comfortably 2-0. But yeah, I think it's in hindsight, if we were ever to play them again and they've got a similar squad, we'd probably go for them a lot more than what we did. But it was a really, really great day. And yeah, the draw with the FA Cup is always a bit of a lottery. I do that thing this year as well, where I see a couple of clubs get through to the first round, second round, and I look at their draw and I'm like, oh, if we had that draw.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the Brackley game was absolutely brilliant, and yeah, to win that match in the FA Cup was great for everyone, and great for the everyone who came to the game.
Yeah, what was the chap like in goal?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't think we can talk about that, can we?
Probably not.
No, I saw it come out, and I did hear a few things before the game. I was like flipping it. This could be interesting. It could go one or two ways. It could be it could be him versus Farnborough or her or they against Farnborough, or he might not be that good anyway. But it turned out it wasn't that good, so didn't make a difference.
I think they could have had Hannah Hampton in goal, and I think Ellie's still going to score two past
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
keeper on that day, especially the kind of half volley finish was the noise
yeah.
when that ball hit the net just echoed through the ground, and it was it was a special moment.
yeah, big
And
time.
speaking of people coming to watch the games, have you? Obviously, I haven't been to any games this season, but have you seen a big uptake in crowds since the promotion?
Yeah, it's definitely gone up. I think the Aldershot game was kind of 300 odd, over 300 or something like that. Obviously, there's a lot more interest in that. I think Brackley was just under 300, I think it was. We've unfortunately not had a home game for quite a while now, but we've got one on the 14th of December. Ironically, against Oxford City Development side. Obviously, we played Oxford City in the FA Cup. So it would be on a cold winter's night. It would be good to get a lot of people down for that for a first home league game in quite a while, and obviously with quite a few new players who haven't played at home for us before, which is weird, but that's the situation we're in. So
Yeah, it's kind of a very lopsided the league. And I didn't actually realise once a team had played 12 games and you've only played 5. That's mental, isn't it? Mad. But it reminds me of my youth days when I was playing. We had loads of postponements and we'd end up playing 3, and one team would only had 2 games left or something daft. So it was a bit, yeah, it was like, very odd.
I I think it does us a favour. So before, I won't name the team, but I heard the manager speaking to his team before one of the games when we were going to play them, and he made reference to the league table. And he cut it, not these exact words, but he basically said, "Look, I don't think they're very good. They're kind of near the bottom of the table. Only got X amount of points." Screw it! It was Basildon, and we beat them 5-1. But they basically had just looked at the league table, but not kind of like referenced the fact of who we've played and how few
Yeah.
games we
How many
played.
games you played?
So I think it's done us a favour, if I'm honest with you, and if it continues to do us a favour, then then people underestimate us, then that's fine.
Sometimes though, it's beyond you're a victim of your own success. Sometimes, like, obviously, you had a little bit of this last season where you were quite a few games behind because of the cup runs you were on, and you were obviously at semi-finals and getting to finals of all the cups. You've obviously had an extra FA Cup game this season. You're doing well in the regional cup as well. So that's no, it just means that your league games are getting postponed. So yeah, like I say, it's only your own success that you're has caused that really. But like I say, you've got to take it as a positive thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the quarterfinal Northants Cup coming up in January as well, and then there's another cup, Southern Region Jubilee Cup or something like that coming up as well. So the cup competitions don't stop. So when I was saying we might finish in July, I wasn't joking.
Well,
Yeah.
Leanne will be quite happy about that. She just wants to carry on through. So yeah. What's so your next home league game, just so people know, is on the 14th of December, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. No worries. And your kick-off time's 2 o'clock on Sunday, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Excellent stuff. Just so people know. Note for the diary. Instead of going Christmas shopping with the missus, go and watch the football instead. Um,
Yeah. Let's just say that's against Chesham United development as well.
Is it Chesham? I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest
I'm
with
looking
you,
at
the
the
league have
pictures now.
changed
Yeah.
it multiple times. Yeah,
that's
that kind of makes sense.
that's around your neck of the woods, though, isn't it? The chairman of Cheshire, don't you?
The ladies. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah, yeah. I've spoken to them a few times. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. So that's the home game against Chesham United development on the 14th of December. Leanne, have you got before we let you all go? Have you got any targets for this season for yourself?
Win another trophy at least, I think. For myself, just keep going.
Keep it going, yeah.
Keep going as long as possible. Keep up with these 16-year-olds. Yeah, that's it, I think, for me. A trophy and don't break my legs.
I tell you what, it does make you feel old, doesn't it, when you see them running around these young people? It's unbelievable, isn't it? You think, wow,
Yeah,
flipping it.
it's all right. I can keep up with them for now.
Good stuff. Excellent.
We'll
Oh,
see
I
how
was
we
going to
go.
ask we should congratulations to Georgia as well. She just had a second baby, hasn't
Oh
she?
yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
congratulations to her. How are you finding centre defence without her? You missing her, or is Kelly doing a good job in stepping in there?
Yeah,
I miss Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it. The girls that are playing there are doing a good job.
Cool. Good stuff. You agree with that, Craig? Yeah.
yeah. We do all miss Georgia. It was very very difficult to replace Georgia when she left. Obviously, I think at the end of last season, I think Leanne had a different partner every week at one point, trying to kind of sort out what we were doing. But yeah, defense has changed quite a bit over the last kind of since George has gone. But thankfully, Leanne's there to keep everything together and moving forward. So
Yeah, probably give also while we're on the subject of people missing. Now, obviously, Farah Earns has been out all season as well. She's done her knee, hasn't she? So she any time scale when she's coming back? Was she due back this season, or is it going to be next season? Now, do you think?
in short notes, out for the season.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So yeah, obviously we can't wait till she's back, but she obviously needs to go through what she needs to in terms of rehab and working back to fitness. But yeah, she's obviously an absolutely fantastic player, and you know was really important to us last season. And when she's back, she'll be very important to us again moving forward.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? So obviously, she's another victim of a lot of um, women's footballers suffering ACL injuries, isn't it? Have you got any thoughts on that, or any kind of I don't know. I don't know what the word is really. Any thoughts going through your mind as to the reason why there seems to be a lot of those injuries happening? I know Alan is an advocate for it. He spoke. Obviously, he's had a couple of your team having knee injuries as well in your team, haven't you? So it's does
Yeah.
seem an oddity, doesn't it? Do you think it's something to do with the pitches they're playing on, or just bad luck, or what do you think it might be?
I think women in general just have weaker ACLs. I, it's hard. There's nothing that can be done to make them stronger. Just build the muscles around them, I guess. But even then, it's not. We're never going to go without an ACL gone. It's just how it is, I think. It's unfortunate, but I
Yeah,
wish.
I think you might be right, Leanne, because it's obviously the men's game you get there's also loads of ACL injuries, but it does seem like percentage wise of playing players playing in the ladies game, and then you've got them having the same sort of injuries. I think you might be right. It could be a physicality thing, but I also think it might be something to do with maybe different types of footwear possibly and pitches and I don't think it's one thing in particular. I think it's a whole group of things all put together and it's just causing this sort of issue, isn't it? It was a few years ago in the men's game there was a lot of players getting sort of ankle ligament injuries because they were playing on a lot of 3G pitches because their studs were getting caught and turning one way and leg going the other and that sort of thing. So it kind of like it's that kind of thing, but that seems to have settled down a little bit recently. But yeah, I think you might be right, Leanne, regards maybe a physicality issue possibly, but I think it's a couple, two or three different elements all brought
Yeah.
into one, causing it.
It's all good and well then bringing like women designed football boots into play, but they're like £200-300. Like not every woman footballer is going to be able to afford a pair of £200 or £300
exactly.
football boots. And if they make a difference, then amazing. But I can't. I don't get paid. I can't go out and buy a pair of boots that cost £200-300. I've got to buy two pairs of football boots because there's both me and my daughter,
Yeah.
and that's new on £600. So when that starts to come down, maybe it's definitely something that I'd look at for her. But for now, it's not something. I don't know. Just have to
Is it?
keep your legs strong.
Is there anything else like in football in terms of the difference between the men's game and the women's game that you'd like to see change, or like in terms of like the boots wise? Because like, I agree with you that you've got like Millie Bright that's advertising this new brand of football boots, but I looked online on their website and like you say they're like a couple £100 for these specifically designed boots for women.
Yeah.
But they can't afford them. So is there anything else like within the sport that you'd like to see change or anything like that to help women in the game?
I don't know. I'm not like I've seen. Is it West Ham? They've brought in like the ladies' shorts
Mm,
for that time of the month. Like that's kind of cool,
mm,
I guess. But I don't know. I think it's more the football boot thing, and maybe like fitted kits, like women's fitted kits rather than
yeah.
big baggy shorts that come down to your knees. But other than that, I'm quite happy with the way it's going. There's not really much we can change.
Yeah.
And Craig, have you got any thoughts on the ACL sort of side of things? Because it does seem like it's like at least one woman a week that's suffering with this, and there's all these
Yeah,
scientists they're doing research and that, but this research has been going on for a good few years now, and no results are coming through.
yeah. Well, we've got Ben assigned on a project to completely stop ACLs from breaking, but I think it might be too much for even Ben, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, yeah. Obviously, Ben gives a lot of support to the players and that, so that does help us a lot of the kind of stuff he does with Farmer Physio. But it's a difficult one. I kind of echo a lot of what Leanne said. To be honest with you, I think it's interesting the specially designed boots and stuff, and if that does help, and if I know it's more of a trying to, I guess, reduce the risk rather than a fix,
Mm,
which I think is interesting. I think it's good that they're looking at that, but the cost is
mm.
insane. As I mean, yeah, Leanne said it perfectly. She's got my boots for herself and her daughter. It's £500-600. It's just not. It's
Not
not
feasible, is it?
sustainable. No,
No.
especially when you look at back to politics, when you look at the price of food and
Yeah.
the cost of it. Like my son goes through mayonnaise like nobody's business. I'm trying to say to him, it's like £5 a bottle, mate. Like you're gonna have to pay for this yourself. The amount you have, So
Is he,
That,
is he, is he, is he squirting it directly into his mouth then?
no, don't talk to me. Honestly, it's a joke. He'll listen to this as well. Honestly, so much mayonnaise.
I
Honestly,
know they
anyway.
talk about the Scottish blokes being a bit tight, Craig, but for surely if mayonnaise is the biggest part of your problem in the household, I think you're doing all right. To be fair, but you know,
I'm disappointed we're not mentioning the World Cup.
yeah, that's very true. That's very true. We were trying to avoid that. I'd actually forgotten about it. It's been that long ago, but yeah. So go on, in, Craig, get the floor. Go on. Scotland qualified, beating. People. Unfortunately, I missed the game. which I'm a little bit sad about.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
And I didn't see. I only saw the high. I've seen the highlights and I've seen the goals, but yeah, it was an epic night for Scottish football, wasn't it? Because I think most people were thinking, oh, the Danes will probably go there and get a draw and they'll be all right, and Scotland will have to go through a playoff, and then we'll end up getting like someone like Croatia or something and get beaten, you know. So yeah, you've surprised everybody really, and including Denmark.
Yeah. If we lose to Croatia, that's not too bad. Jesus. So if it was like Cape
No, I know what
Verde
you
or
mean though, but
something,
it means
that's more
you get all that
shocking.
way and then you get done in the
Um,
playoff again. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, it was great. I was always of the opinion that the Greece game a few days before was going to be the difficult one.
Mm,
I was always confident we would beat Denmark at home if we needed to. I can't tell you why, because I'm normally quite down on Scotland and quite pessimistic and whatever. But I thought the Greece one a couple of days before, which we ended up losing, but thanks to the mighty Belarus who got a point at Denmark, kept us in it.
yeah,
And then obviously we had the probably the three greatest goals ever scored in world football with the overhead kick, Tomine from Tierney from 25 yards, and then obviously Kenny McLean
Yeah.
from I don't know Jupiter or something, scoring past Kasper Schmeichel. I did kind of worry a little bit after the game when I sort of realised that hold on a sec, that's a Celtic goalkeeper that's just been lobbed. But yeah, no, it was incredible. Not been to the World Cup since I was 9, 10, maybe
Yeah.
8, something like that. So yeah, it was good, and probably the best thing out of it was hearing like a lot of stories of like dads and granddads and mums who are celebrating with their kids
Mm.
because they've not been able to do that because we've not qualified for a World Cup, and I think that was the best thing. And you know, getting there is great, and whatever will be. But I do expect us to come back with a trophy, so that'll be nice.
I noticed
Yeah.
you've bumped Maradona's goal against England in the Mexico '86 final down to number 4 of the world's greatest international goals. So I'm sure Maradona will be turning in his grave. But yeah, yeah. Well, I think I was trying to think the last time Scotland were at a World Cup, and I think wasn't didn't you play?
98.
Yeah, didn't you play?
1998.
Was that the Brazil game where you were? Or was that the one before it? You had to play Brazil first game on a Friday.
Brazil at Saint Denis, yeah,
Yeah,
with Tom Boyd scored an own goal.
yeah,
John Collins
yeah.
scored a penalty to equalise 1-1. And then we drew with Norway 1-1. And then we played Morocco in the last game. And I was obviously a kid. I had face paint on and everything, watching it at home. And obviously Morocco beat us 3-0.
Yeah,
And that was
yeah.
devastating.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
dear.
that's life of a Scotland fan.
Yeah, I do. The only I don't particularly like Scotland as a football nation, shall we say?
We'll just
We
cut it
don't
there.
like
We'll
you.
just
It's
end it
fine.
there, shall we?
But Celtic are my Scottish team, to be fair. So it's not all bad. But I do have a quite a soft spot for Steve Clarke because he's obviously an ex-Chelsea defender over the years, and he used to live in Farnborough as well. So yeah, I do wish him every success, and he's had. I'm pleased for him because he has had loads of stick over the years with the football team. I think some some Scots seem to think that Scotland are a half decent footballing side, should be beating everybody. You know what I mean? Whereas we all know it's like you say, you only got to look at the record. It's been a long time since Scotland qualified for a major tournament, and and it doesn't happen all the time. We're not lucky enough to have this pool of players that England have got, and it's that you've done for what
Like
you.
3 out of the last 4 now.
Yeah, that's
We've been
true.
all
That's true.
right.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
been
things are
all right,
turning
yeah.
around. Yeah, I'll take it back. Yeah, maybe that's me being anti Scottish again. But yeah, it's not an automatic though, is it, for Scotland? You know what I mean? It's every time there's always seems to be a drama surrounding Scottish football, isn't there? All the time. It always comes down to like one kick or a last minute thing, or it's all really tight than it should be. But but on the flip side, like I say, without there's no World Cup without a Scottish party, is there? So hopefully it'll be a good thing. Hopefully Wales and Northern Ireland can qualify as well, which would be quite nice. But yeah. That'd be nice.
Could not
Get them
care
all there.
less.
Get them all there. It
No,
does.
I like
Right.
Wales actually, so good luck to Wales.
It does always remind me of the scene in Mike Bassett where they all turn up at the airport and they all have a massive fight. And that always makes me laugh. So it always reminds me of that. So I can't wait for that at JFK Airport. When they all turn up, coming off different flights.
Right. Look, I think we're gonna leave it there. Leanne, Craig, thanks for coming on, and good luck for the rest of the season. and I'm sure we'll try and get to a game or two between now and then, and we'll get you back on at some point in the future. And Leanne, we'll obviously see you on the 6th. Is it the 6th? Yeah, the 6th.
For the Tottenham game, yeah.
Against Scotland. You'll be on our halftime show live on the Farnborough City Radio. But yeah, look, thanks for coming on. Don't go away. We'll have a little conflab afterwards when we come off air. But Simon, you want to say something?
Yeah, thanks very much again. It's I'll just apologies really. I haven't actually managed to get to any games for you guys this season. I do try. I've got my little boy Sunday, so it's difficult sometimes. But I'm going to drag him along. Hopefully on the 14th. And he can run around the stadium and bang all the seats as he usually does. And I'll have to walk around with him. But I'll try and watch some of the football as well at the same time. But yeah, but as Alan said, just reiterate that really. Best of luck for the rest of the season. We'll get you on again in the new year, and hopefully things are still progressing the way they are. And yeah, we look forward to seeing Leanne on in a couple of weeks' time during half time.
Thanks.
You can get to talk about men's football for a bit, something different.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent stuff.
Right, so that leads me to say that this episode was sponsored by Tratec Consulting, taking your business visions and turning them into innovative reality. For more information, visit tratecconsulting.co.uk. Thanks everybody for watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back in a little while and soon with another episode. Simon, say good night.
Yes, thanks you. Thanks guys. Thanks for listening and watching.
And that's good night from me. See you all soon.